thank you so much each and everyone for joining us here today. So as I have said, we are here to have a little conversation about our new movie, Sapta, Sagaradaache, Ello, and it's going to be released on November 17th, and it's directed by Hemant M. Rao, produced by Parama Pictures, starring Rashid Shetty, Rukmini Yasin, and Chaitra J. Ajar. And കേരളത്തിലെ ഇതിന്റെ ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ നടത്തുന്നത് പൃഥ്വിരാജ് പ്രൊഡക്ഷൻസ് ആണ്. നമുക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാവുന്ന പോലെ KGF, കാതാര, 777, ചാർലി എന്നിങ്ങനെ സൂപ്പർ ഹിറ്റ് അന്യഭാഷാ ചിത്രങ്ങൾ നമ്മുടെ മുന്നിലേക്ക് എത്തിച്ച പൃഥ്വിരാജ് പ്രൊഡക്ഷൻസ് ആണ് ഈ ഒരു മൂവിയും നമ്മുടെ മുന്നിലേക്ക് എത്തിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ നമുക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും ആ ഒരു പ്രതീക്ഷയുടെ ലെവൽ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് വളരെ ഉയരത്തിൽ തന്നെ ആയിരിക്കും. അപ്പൊ എന്തായാലും ടു സ്റ്റാർട്ട് വിത്ത് ഐ വുഡ് ലൈക്ക് ടു വെൽക്കം the most celebrated actor Rashid Shetty onto the stage. നിറഞ്ഞ കൈയോടുകൂടി വളരെയധികം സ്നേഹത്തോടുകൂടി ബഹുമാനത്തോടുകൂടി നമുക്ക് അദ്ദേഹത്തെ വേദിയിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യാം. Welcome to Kerala. And yes, now let's welcome the most beautiful, the most precious actor Chaitra Ajar onto the stage. ചൈത്രയെ നമുക്ക് നല്ലൊരു കൈയോടുകൂടി തന്നെ വേദിയിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യാം. അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞതുപോലെ ഒരു പ്രസ് മീറ്റിനെക്കാട്ടിലും നമ്മളൊരു 1-to-1 കോൺവെർസേഷൻ ആണ്, ഒരു വളരെ ഫ്രണ്ട്ലി ആയ ഒരു കോൺവെർസേഷൻ ആണ് നമ്മളോട് ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ എല്ലാ ചോദ്യങ്ങളും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഏത് ഭാഷയിൽ വേണമെങ്കിലും ഇവരോട് ചോദിക്കാവുന്നതായിരിക്കും. സോ ഇറ്റ്സ് അപ് ടു യു. ഐ തിങ്ക് യു ബോത്ത് ആർ റെഡി ടു ആൻസർ ദെയർ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ്. യെസ്, I think should I start? I'll start. Okay. The first part, actually side A, was a huge hit actually, but unfortunately we couldn't release it in Kerala. So side B is going to come, and what are your expectations?
Hello. First of all, I would like to thank you all because Charlie had done extremely well in Kerala. And this is well, I'm coming here for the third time. I'd come here for Omnish Srimanana press meet, and then I'd come for Charlie. Now, because of the kind of support what we got during these two films is what gives me the confidence that I need to release this film, Sagaradaache, Ello Side B here in Kerala too. Because even when Side A released, the kind of response what we got from everywhere, from across the South Indian states, is what made us to release the Side B in theaters in all the states, including Kerala as well. So yeah.
Okay. Anyone else want to start?
First of all, congratulations to your national award this year.
Thank you.
So, how about the journey it is throughout these 14-15 years?
Well, it's been about 13 years in the industry. It's been a beautiful journey. I think because I always say this, every film, I have not made like too many films in the last 13 years. I have been a part of 11-12 films. This is my 12th or 13th film, I think. And every film has been a very integral part of my life. So it's been a beautiful journey. Especially, I keep saying that Sapta, Sagaradaache, Ello, with this film I come a full circle in the industry. So it's like one lifetime is done in the industry. Now from now on, after this film, I'll start with the next journey. So it's been a very overwhelming journey for me.
You have been promoting your own movies very well in entire South India. Even if we take 777, Charlie and all. But the side A was not much promoted. Is it because of the confidence in the product?
No, actually, Side A we wanted to release in Kerala. In fact, all the arrangements were done. It's just that we had sold the OTT rights of Side A very long back, even before the film production started. In fact, the production was not with Parama Pictures then, it was with another producer. He was supposed to produce it, and he had sold the OTT rights for Amazon. And our idea was to release the film here the 4th week, and probably it will come in Amazon on the 6th week. But in the last moment, we got to know from Amazon that no, the film is coming on Amazon on the 5th week. So that then we thought that there is no point because the film will be on Amazon, and then why would anyone go to the theatre? But still we thought, fine, because our film is a kind of film which you should watch in theatres because it's a beautiful theatrical experience. We still thought that okay, let's release it. It's okay if it is on Amazon also. It's okay. Let's release. People who want to watch it in theatre will come to theatre and watch it. But then I think there are rules here that if it is on Amazon, then the theatres don't release the film here. So then in the last moment we did go off the idea.
So, what was the intention to show the second part scenes along with the first part itself? Your intention was showing the second part scenes in the first half when it released on OTT.
In the end, you mean? In the end, we are showing side. The intention is, see, I'll tell if Hemant was here today, probably he would answer this question the same way, because he has answered this a lot of times that when a love story, when a love story ends, we either it ends with a tragic ending or with a happy ending, and we think that this story is over and we go home, but no story is ever over, right? Because even if the love story ends, each couple either they move on or they stay together. Even if they stay together, there is a story there. Even if they move on from each other, there is a story there. There are two stories there. So the idea was that the story never ends, and we wanted to show what happens after this. So that is what is side B, and we wanted to give a small glimpse of the whole film inside here because we wanted people to know that there is a continuation, and we wanted them to guess what might happen.
So if there is two heroines in a film, and if one heroine gives a heartbreak to a hero, then the other heroine will definitely, in terms of commercial cinema, will take the hero to a happy place. So where will Surabhi take Manu to?
You can't for that.
No, you can explain it without spoilers if you could.
Yeah, for that, that's the story. What happens, how they are all, the story is coming to an end inside me, so we can't give away that information, but definitely he will meet interesting characters inside me. And will you be happy with Surabhi or not? You have to see.
That you not watching in the film.
Yeah.
So your character is in so much pain that we can't even watch further the movie, that we are in tears. So what was inside you? What was your process? That did you connect to your own heartbreak, or you were in these Manu's shoes? What was that process actually?
Well, the story is written by Hemant M. Rao, and luckily before we went on set to shoot, we had workshops. For side A, we had different kind of workshop. For side B, we had different kind of workshop. For side A, to develop the chemistry between Priya and Manu, and Rukmini and me, Rakshit, and Hemant as a director. He had a different kind of a workshop where we had to do trust exercise and things like that. So by the time we went on set, Manu and Priya were already in love. That chemistry had already built. For me and Chaitra for side B, we had a very different kind of workshop. We never had to know the characters in the workshop. Manu never had to know Surabhi. Surabhi never had to know Manu, because that is happening in the story. So he wanted us to know the characters when we shoot the film. But Rakshit had to know Chaitra had to know Rakshit. So we had only 2 days of workshop there. So basically what I'm trying to say is Hemant Rao is kind of a director. He basically prepares the actor. He prepares us for whatever is necessary, before we go to shoot. And once we start shooting also, with every scene, as the character is building inside us, he's taking us along through the journey. Other than that, preparations as such in the sense, if when we are shooting, it is completely Hemant and Rao. Because I didn't take too much time to get inside the character. Probably, I was already in the look always, so I put on 20 kilos for side B. So we had like 4 or 5 months of gap. Last time when I come for Charlie promotions, I was in the process of putting on weight for this film, for the side B film. I had already shot side A by then. For side B, I was putting on weight. So every day morning when I get up and look at myself in the mirror, I look more like Manu than Rakshit. So it was not that difficult for me to get inside the character, and now I could manage.
And also, like as actors on set, we never used our personal experiences to emote anything. The script was already so beautiful that we were there as those characters and then we played. I don't think it is right on anybody's part to use their own personal experiences to emote, because after a point you drain. And then you can never use or tap into the same emotion again in case you have multiple deaths or breakups. You can't go and tap to the same thing and then just say, I'll cry when I remember my own personal experience. So I don't think as actors we are like that, at least with what I've observed. I really don't know. I'm not observed that, so yeah, that is also.
In the sense, I don't think so. In the movies, the kind of emotions we go through, so much emotions we don't go through in real life. In real life, it's quite easy to break up. In movies, it's difficult because there is a beautiful poetic love story which is formed on screen.
Okay, Chaitra, you have done some amazing work. So when it comes to side B, what are the layers that your character got?
This character also comes from a lot, like she has a lot of baggage, like how Manu is coming out of jail after 10 years and he has a certain flashback. I also have certain flashback that I come with, and there's a lot of baggage that I also carry. So since these two characters meet in side B, like side B in the sense like after he comes out of jail, they are meeting for the first time. So I am curious, because most of the time you'll never know if opposites attract or similars attract. So we have to figure out in the story whether we are similar or opposites, and how our chemistry ends up being on screen. So with respect to that, there were a lot of layers that I had to think, but I think Hemant had written it so well and described it so well that my work was very minimal. Like I had to just listen to what he had to say and the descriptions that he gave, and then just stand in front of him, everything he did, and then we reacted, and it just happened. So that way I think I'm blessed with the team which is extremely talented and technically sound. So it became easier for me to play something like this.
Hi, first of all, thank you so much for giving us such a wonderful movie. Actually, my question is to Chaitra. Actually, how challenging for you to play a character? I think the name is Surely, right? Yeah. How challenging for you to play a character like this that fills a void in the life of Manu, which Priya makes. How are you looking forward to that challenge?
Challenging with respect to like I have to bring something to the table which I have not tried before. That's the only challenge. But again, like I said, Hemant had written the characteristics of Surabhi so well that I did not have to worry about, maybe I look like a Jenny, or maybe I look like a Nancy in some other film, maybe, or some other character. So I did not have that fear. So right when I got to the set and when this establishment was already there, so there is a certain chemistry that Manu and Surabhi shares. So automatically your behavior changes. For example, in real life also, the way you talk to your mother, to the way you talk to your boyfriend, is extreme, like two ends. So how that changes happens according to how that your interaction, the memory that you have with certain people, no? So it's exactly the same thing. So whenever I was acting with certain actors, most of the time I was acting with Rakshit, who was Manu. So immediately when I used to come in front of him, it used like that, there was body language, the mannerism, the smile, like the slightest of change, minute things like smiling would change. So there I only saw myself as Surabhi and the character. Like most of the time when I used to read the scenes again, even now when I read it, I feel very emotional because of the strength of the scene and the character. So I think it just happened. I don't know, I don't have a process, but automatically when you come in front of the actors, you'll end up becoming that.
And music plays a vital role in this movie. He's a singer too. Is that the reason to cast her for that particular role? That's what she said.
She is a singer. I mean, she's a beautiful singer, but no, we didn't make use of that actually. In the film, not in the film. Because in the film, Priya is a singer.
Yeah.
So, no, her character doesn't sing.
Yeah, thank you.
So, hi sir. Sir, Kannada cinema is in a position where a lot of stories are yet to be told because there's a huge market space in front of you. So, how you take that kind of opportunity to tell this kind of stories? Because it's a very long movie actually. It's not we were used to have a 3.3 hours of movies, but nowadays people tend to have a 2-hour kind of movies. So, what was the motivation to do a long movie actually?
No, that's the reason we split it in two parts and made 2 hours 15 minutes 2 films. I mean, the motivation for me, it is Hemant Agarwal because I love the filmmaker. I know he's a beautiful filmmaker, and if given complete freedom, I believe he can create wonders, and I just wanted to be a part of that wonder. But otherwise, the way he has shot the film, it's very poetic, and there more than the story, the way he's conveying that story becomes more important. The time he spends to get every scene inside your heart, he spends that time on screen, so that when you watch the film, you are actually there. You completely soak yourself in that emotion. That happens because the kind of that poetry what he has shot. The same film probably, the same story can be told in probably 2.5 hours. Two films can be clubbed together and that story can be conveyed in 2.5 hours. But it won't be what the film is today. This film is told in a very poetic manner, and for that, to tell a story in that manner, I think we need 5 years, which is why we split the story into 2 and made side A and side B.
Sir, any updates on the channel?
As soon as I finish this, I'll start that. So I'm eagerly waiting for September 17th for 2 reasons. One is I've been working on this project for 2 years, and I want people to watch it. Second is once I'm done, I want to run away for Richard Anthony because I am eager to start that project as well.
Sir, actually, you always want to be the directorial guy. But how you yourself see as an actor?
It's very difficult, to be frank, because on set I cannot. I get bored, to just act because there's nothing to do. Just go act and come and again wait for the next shot. I enjoy it more when I'm directing, or at least if I've written the film, then there are 1,000 things I'll be doing, even if I'm not directing. So the way I have enjoyed Udidoro Kannante or Kirik Party or Avane Narayana, that kind of an enjoyment on set I don't get when I'm just acting. Yeah. So probably after this I'll be directing more.
Chaitra, yeah.
Yes, hi.
You are an actress as well as a beautiful singer. What is your favorite acting or singing?
I love acting. Singing is it's inside me. Like even if I'm not singing for a film or anything like that, I'm just humming most of the time. It just doesn't go out of my head. But acting is something that I want to do. I want to perform in front of people. I like it when people appreciate my work and I enjoy that. So I consider myself an actor first and anything the next.
A kindly request, can you sing a song for us?
I can't because in this film, we're promoting in a certain way. So only the person who sings is Priya. So if I sing, it will come across like Surabhi also sings. So I'll probably sing to you off the camera.
The director has given her
Strict
very
instructions.
strict instruction that you are not going to sing anywhere.
Alright. So yeah.
Chaitra, you're acting so well at Toby. So what's your acting experience in Sapta, Sagaradaache, Ello?
I mean, it's great to work with people like Raj and Rakshit, Hemant. They're great technicians that way. So most of the time it becomes easy when you get into such teams because they're already so well planned with their films. So when you get into that equation, you only can get better and give a lot more so that everything becomes a better picture. So with respect, like these two characters also, they're very unique in their ways and very, very difficult to play. But somehow I think because of their existence, there also I figured out how probably I could play that role. And here also, Hemant was here and great co-actors like Rukmini and Rakshit. So these people also contributed a lot so that I could deliver better. So yeah, it just happened.
So, more than love, there's so much of emotions inside it, like some friendship in jail too. One guy coming to you when you are in hospital scene, then other guy coming with a cassette. So, what about that side of it?
Sapta Sagaradaache has amazing star cast, first of all, amazing actors like Gopal Deshpande and Ramesh Indra, Sharat Golkar, amazing actors. And Achut sir. And beauty is that Hemant Rao has written every character with such depth in them. So whatever characters he's written, when it is played by these amazing co-stars, and you have to perform with them, the experience is definitely always great. Because every time you have certain kind of experience with an actor, they have certain kind of experience in actor, and you learn from each other. Every time you are working together, there is something or one or the other thing you get to learn from each other. So it's definitely a beautiful experience, acting with them.
So, my favorite scene was the one which you hear that recorded voice on a tape recorder. So, what about your favorite scene on first side with it?
My favorite scene is Manu writes a letter to Priya. In the letter, he's written that this is the last time I'll be seeing you. After this, I will never be seeing you. But that letter is going to, get to her only after he meets her. The last time he meets her. After that, she will read the letter. So when they meet, he knows that this is the last meeting. The audience know that this is the last meeting because he's already read the letter for the audience. What he is written for Priya. But Priya doesn't know. So Priya is still in the hope that this guy is mine. Someday he'll come out. Someday he'll come out of the jail, and then I'll spend my life with him. But you don't have that hope because somebody has already given up. Manu has already given up. He doesn't want Priya to waste her life. His life is already wasted. He doesn't want his love's life to get wasted. So that beautiful, that scene, the way it was written, the way he writes the letter and he reads it to the audience on the way when he's going to meet her. And as he meets her, the letter says that this is the last time I'm meeting you. You do not know, but I know that this is the last time. And the way she looks at him, that hope, the scene is written, the way the performance has come out, the way Rukmini has acted in that scene, I think it's one of the most beautiful scenes. If you ask me, top 5 scenes of my favorite scenes of my career, then probably that scene would be one of them.
Sir, you are an excellent actor. ഒരു നടൻ എന്നതിനപ്പുറം സിനിമ പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ഒരു റീസൺ എന്താണ്? എപ്പോഴാണ് തോന്നുന്നത്? What is the reason for produce this movie?
Hemant in the sense, I believe he's a beautiful filmmaker, and two films what he had done, before Sagaradaache, Ello. I was a part of and when we were doing that film, he wanted to do that film in such a constrained budget, and we were telling him that why we can actually extend the budget a little bit. We have bigger market than that, but he was not ready. He wanted his first film to be done in a very certain small budget because he didn't want to take risk. And that film did more probably whatever we invested in the film, we did 5 times more than the investment. The second film also he did it in a very constrained budget that he didn't get the complete freedom to express himself. So when I got to know that he's going to make a love story, I didn't want any constraints there. I wanted to give him complete freedom in terms of the production value, whatever he wanted. But I know at the same time I know that he's a very responsible guy. It's not that as soon as we give him freedom to shoot the film the way he wants without any compromise, it's not that he's going to simply waste money. He's a very calculated money spender. So he's very responsible guy. So because of that we gave him that liberty. And today he's proved he's made a beautiful film. So I believe it's Hemant M. Rao because of whom I came to a decision that I want to produce this film the way he wants to direct it, and I didn't have a second thought about it.
Sir, കേരളത്തിലെ സാറിന്റെ മെയിൻ സിനിമകളെല്ലാം കേരളത്തിൽ വന്ന് പ്രൊമോട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ സാർ എത്താറുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ കേരളത്തിൽ നിന്ന് അത്രത്തോളം സ്വീകാര്യത കിട്ടുന്നവരാണ്, അത്രത്തോളം അക്സെപ്റ്റൻസ് കേരളീയര് മറ്റു ഭാഷകളിലുള്ള സിനിമകൾക്കൊക്കെ നൽകുന്നത് കൊണ്ടാണോ സാറിന്റെ മൂവീസ് ഒക്കെ ഇവിടെ വന്ന് സാർ പ്രൊമോട്ട് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള കാരണം? Yeah, so she's asking, all the movies were so much hit in Kerala, and does that give you any confidence to release this movie also here?
So there is a beautiful legend about Kerala, what we discuss in Karnataka. It's a beautiful story. So every year there is a film festival which happens in Kerala. And it seems there are few film students from Karnataka who built the legend now in Karnataka. So they came to watch those films films to Kochi, to watch those films, to go to the film festival. And in the bus stop, it seems they got hold of a rig, and they asked him. They didn't know where the theatre is, where the film festival is going on. So they were asking people around, and then they told the rickshaw guy that we want to go to the film festival. So he's like, yeah, I'll take you to the film festival, come. So he was taking, and he had the whole list of films which is getting played in the film festival. Or auto driver has the whole list of films which is playing in the film festival, and he was also going to the film festival. So now this is a legend which I have heard. So I believe why Kerala churns out such beautiful stories is because I think there is a storyteller in each and everyone here. So if it's a beautiful film, then I believe it will do well in Kerala. So I am very confident that Sapta Sagaradaache film is a kind of film which will definitely do well here.
Sir, did any Malayalam film inspires like that? I want to make a film like this. Like that, any Malayalam film inspires you?
In the sense, it doesn't inspire me to make a film like this, but the kind of writing there is in not just 1 or 2 films. Every year there are at least 10 films which comes from here, which has a beautiful writing.